Hello, this is Benjamin Boyce, and I'm waiting for an interview to happen, and I am rendering another interview that I will be posting to my ThinkSpot page channel thing, and I'll also post it on YouTube for early access, and then post it for wide public distribution sometime next week. It's with Jonathan Piggio. So anyways, so I'm sitting here and I'm wasting time on the internet while these things are happening, and I'm refusing to get out of my bathrobe because it's not time to do that yet. And then a friend of mine who's a Evergreen alum, a friend of mine who's actually good friend. We hang out sometimes, and she sent me this email that's titled. It's from Jen Drake, who is the provost of Evergreen, and Jen Drake sends out this email. Said, "Do you have bold ideas for Evergreen's future?" I'm just going to read this. "We need your bold ideas. The Learning and Teaching Commons is hosting 3 quote-unquote blue skies conversations to harvest ideas for, quote, big bets, end quote, that will attract new students to Evergreen." And then there's some dates and times that I'm refusing to publicize. Anyways, so there's already a lot of marketing speech here. And I think that the first big, bold idea is that they need to just talk directly, just boil things down into like the absolute directest way of communicating what they offer, what they want to offer, and what they're actually trying to do. But already they're mired in blue sky conversations. Like, what does that mean? It's just a gloss over the fact that they are, facing some very dark clouds, right? But they don't want to focus on the dark clouds. They want to focus on the blue skies. They're peering to like the tiny little nugget of freedom that might be there if they can kind of thread through the problems that they're facing right now. And then they are going to harvest ideas, which is kind of disturbing to me, seeing how they have attempted to turn Evergreen, at least on the face of it, into an indoctrination mill to create public administrators in their master's programs and teachers in their master's programs that are concentric and thoroughly trained in the social justice, equity, inclusivity, diversity mindset. But they want to take big bets that will attract new students to Evergreen. What exactly are the big bets? I don't think that it's actually a bet. I think you just return, with the Evergreen model of education, you return to the primary focus of a liberal arts education, which is not to promote an ideologically centered diversity, inclusive, excellence, student success model, but actual competence with regards to reading, writing, and arithmetic, rhetoric, logic, and something that's centered on skill, not centered on a vision of the future that happens to be populated with blue skies and rainbows and evergreen unicorns and stuff like that. That's the first big, bold idea that I have. Let's continue with the email. As Washington's innovative public liberal arts college, what actions do we need to take to imagine a vibrant path that will bring new students, enhance our reputation, and reclaim Evergreen's place as a national model for higher education? Now, what you do at Evergreen is at the end of every program and at the end of your college education, you do a lot of self-evaluation. You're constantly participating in self-evaluation, and that self-evaluation is there to have you focus on exactly what you were challenged to learn. And I see this consistently with the Evergreen administration, that they have an inability to actually do any sort of real self-evaluation. Do I want to cut this video? I guess I'm going to have to cut this video because there is something that proves my point here. It's evaluation. Yeah, okay, so on June 1st of 2019, Evergreen current president, George S. Bridges, issued an annual report of the president, which is supposed to act as a self-evaluation. And he goes through and he only focuses on all the hard work he's doing. He doesn't actually pinpoint the problems that are going on within his administration, the problems with enrollment. He only talks about all these different programs that they're running to forward the equity mindset and to do a whole bunch of marketing. Here we go. Enhancing Evergreen's reputation. Enhancing Evergreen's reputation is critical to increasing enrollment, gaining state support, increasing the confidence and commitment of private donors, and strengthening ties with alumni and friends. Our work this past year vigorously promoted Evergreen in mainstream and social media, in print and electronic communications to prospective students and their families, in engagements with local community leaders and groups, and in direct advocacy with leaders in the legislature. I hope I pronounced that correctly. While detractors still promote misperceptions about Evergreen, I am the main detractor, right? And everybody that reports about Evergreen reports via me. I'm the one who's actually spearheading all the reportage. So this comes after I did a spate of episodes about Evergreen that were thoroughly based, in fact, thoroughly based on email communications within the Evergreen State College environment. Yes, I interpreted those, but that was all factual. It was data-based. So he has an inability to actually fess up to the fact that actual criticism is not a misperception. The Bridges administration casts all criticism as a misperception of Evergreen. So, of course, his self-evaluation is mired in baloney. And I don't know why, but he seems to be a really smooth political operator that believes that he can never fess up to criticism. But if Evergreen's educational model is built on self-evaluation, where is the model? Where's the modeling of that model that shows a thorough inventory of where Evergreen is going wrong and where it's going right? And if you cannot pinpoint where you're going wrong, how can you claim to be able to help other people practice the art of self-evaluation? You can't. You can only promote self-deception. So that's another big, bold idea. Why don't you promote honesty, Evergreen? Why doesn't Evergreen promote honesty? That's a big bet. Okay, so enhance our reputation, reclaim Evergreen's place as a national model for higher education. How do we turn around enrollment declines to reclaim our leadership in supporting capital all learners to thrive in careers, citizenship, and their communities? I want to read that again because that is inherently where they're stuck. They're inherently stuck right here. How do we turn around enrollment declines to reclaim our leadership in supporting all learners to thrive in careers, citizenship, and their communities? That all is aimed implicitly at the margins. The big, bold step is to let go of that trying to help exclusively or explicitly the margins. Just offer a solid education, which is based on mastery and skill, not based on ideals and idealism and, a moral framework. That would be the way to get people like me, people who are upset with the direction of the college, to say, you know what, Evergreen's promise is being reaffirmed, centered not on a certain social justice mindset, not trying to change the world, but actually empower people to better their lives, right? Just change the rhetoric into straight talk, and two, change the focus of the college back onto what college is useful for, not going into debt to learn how to guilt and be guilted about all this identity politics stuff. I mean, it's really, really simple, but I don't think that the Bridges administration is able to make that leap of faith. I don't think that anything is going to happen with this college except for continued decline until George Bridges is gone. He's proven an inability to reckon with the fact that the world does not want to buy what he's offering it. That's my big, bold idea. Because if you don't, I really don't see the skies clearing up if you continue down this self-deceptive pathway. Sorry about 2 Evergreen contents in a week. I will get back to work on more important things. Actually, I'm going to go put my day clothes on. Bye.
Well, I guess this is it.
Thank you, Ben.